Hello beautiful people, welcome to yet another video. I hope you guys are feeling good. I am glad to be back with another video, and in today's video the semi-finals are upon us. We'll soon get there. In terms of the quarterfinals, that is what is actually going on today. And in terms of my prediction, I got my quarterfinal prediction for the first day on point. In terms of the open play goal, I mentioned that is how Spain would win Germany, and that is exactly how it happened. I'm a very proud girl. That in terms of Portugal versus France, it was a long game, but I am glad with how the games went. We have our semi-finalists for the first two games that were played on Friday, and I am glad that I did my prediction. Yes, the algorithm did me one kind thing, yeah. It didn't do me well, but it is what it is. We have to go on, we have to move on, and I am just hoping and looking forward for the fight. I'm looking forward to the final and see who will actually win. And I was having a conversation with my peers about who would actually win, and I don't want to give it away right now, but I think and I have a feeling that the team will win this game, will actually carry the title. And yes, I would like to put it out there, but I'll get to it. So if you're new to the channel, I want to ask you to please like the video, share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. Of the games yesterday, now we have Spain versus Germany. Now this game, as I mentioned, it was going to be a tough one, and I had a tough time picking the winner, but I did finally choose Spain, and Spain actually won this game. In terms of the goals, I did not predict the number of goals Spain would win by, but they won with a 2-1 win. And the first time it was nil-nil, it was all square. But by second half, I mean, both teams had to show up, and we had to have a winner, or else would have gone for penalties. Just ask France and Portugal. But in terms of the Spain game, Spain, in terms of the 51st minute, we had Lamine Yamal with the assist, and we had Dani Olmo with the goal. At the 51st minute, we had the goal by Spain, and this it cheered up the players. But then again, nothing actually happened in terms of the goals, and no goals were scored till 89th minute. We had Florian Wirtz with his goal, and yes, you would think that the game was done, but it was draw, and it had to go for extra time. I was just like, this is kind of bad luck for Spain, and I actually was rooting for Spain to actually win. 1-0 goal would be okay, but you know what? The 2-1 win was even better because they had to go for extra time. The second half of the extra time, I mean, just before 120 minutes, we have Spain having the winning goal, scoring, and Danny Olmo with an assist. So Danny Olmo had a goal and an assist. Yamal had an assist. Then we had Merino with the winning goal. That would secure Spain semi-final spots. And this was one for the books. It was the most exciting game of yesterday. In terms of Portugal versus France, yeah, this game was actually quite boring. I've seen the memes, I've seen it all, but it is what it is. I mean, this game, yes, it's not that both teams are not trying. It's not that they did not have their fair share of attempted shots, and all that. The stats were there, but let's just call it plain simple how it was. This game was flat. Now, in terms of the players, there was no open play goal. Yes, tug of war, but then again, by halftime it was draw nil-nil, and by after 90 minutes it was nil-nil. They had to go for extra time. It was still nil-nil, and this was when it had to go for penalties. Now, these penalties were very interesting. In terms of France, France did not miss any of their penalties. Penalties were taken, and yes, as I mentioned, this will be Ronaldo's final Euros. So this was his last time on the Euro stage whatsoever. He took his penalty, and yes, although it went in, it was just not meant to be for Portugal. Now, in terms of the player that sold that, in terms of the player that sold the penalty that sent Portugal home was none other than João Felix. Yes, João Felix, the one and only one that was in Chelsea for the loan. Yes, he lost his penalty. It was actually a sad moment, and this is what led to France winning. France won through penalties with a 5-3 win, but yeah, it had to go to penalties, and France have had the laziest campaign throughout these Euros, either winning by own goals or penalties. But call it whatever you want, call it lazy, but I mean, they're just lucky, and hey, it's working for them, and they've got to the semifinals. And as I mentioned, my prediction was correct, so I predicted Spain and France to qualify, and that is exactly what happened. In terms of the games that will be happening today, we have Turkey versus Netherlands, then we also have England versus Switzerland. Of course, we have two players that verdicts came out due to their celebration. In terms of England, we had Jude Bellingham. He had a saga. He had a situation whereby he when he was celebrating, he did a gesture that pointed towards his private area, and of course the FIFA concluded that okay, they investigated and they concluded that he will be getting a ban within the space of a year. And in terms of Demiral did a political gesture in terms of his celebration after he won, after he scored against Austria. And for Demiral, he will not be playing for the semi-final game. Now, there has been outbursts on the internet that there are double standards. In terms of the England player, he's going to play today, and in terms of the Miral, he's been banned for today's game. So, do you think it's double standards? Do you think it was rightful for the judgment to be passed for these players not to play? And who do you think will qualify today? I've already given my prediction. It is in my previous video. My previous video had some technical difficulties, but I tried to fix it, and I hope you check it out. So if you're new, once again, please like the video, share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. I'll see you in my next video.